started playing amongst in the school first. Then as Mr. Davis, he is the one who actually encouraged us.
He was playing the piano. Remove the piano, there's nothing left of the hectics. All the symptoms were there. Plenty of noise and, I should say, very melodious. Even people like myself enjoyed their music.
He didn't have a stage fright. Otherwise, he would be a shy boy. But when he went on the keyboard, he would be in a bliss playing. And like, I would put it crudely, like getting multiple orgasms.
Freddie and the Hectics were, I think, more important to us than Elvis Presley or whoever else, and we were very proud of them. And especially us girls who were associated with the boys, you know, on a regular basis.
The whole environment, Panchgani, the atmosphere, the climate, the upbringing, it was so peaceful. It gave you a lot of time to cultivate your dream. His dream was to become a musician, which he achieved. And I think that was a very, very nice place to give birth to a star like Freddie. And a nice starting point, I would say.
Before he leaves boarding school, the 14-year-old Freddie jots in a friend's autograph book, "Modern paintings are like women. You can't enjoy them if you try to understand them." Freddie had been back in Zanzibar for 2 years when in January 1964 a bloody revolution broke out and the Bulsaras fled the island for the safety of England.
It was very frightening. It was really frightening. And everybody was rushing around and didn't know what to do exactly, you know. And because we had young children, we had to decide to leave the country.
They settled in Feltham, a tough working-class suburb near Heathrow.
If Freddie had the choice, he would have been born at the age of about 21 in Feltham.
Not even a dramatic drop in living standards could dampen Freddie's enthusiasm for this development.
When we first came, it was summertime. It was in May, I think. But still, we felt cold.
My first impression of England, I didn't like it because it was so cold. And I thought, why did my mum and dad bring us here?
We had few known things what to do in England, you know, because first of all, we wouldn't have any servants. We had to do things ourselves, and eventually we'll have to go out to work to earn a living or something. So we knew a little bit of background, what we were going to expect. Freddie was so excited to come here and kept on saying, "We'll all help together, Mom, and we'll do it, you know." And that's kept us going.
One of Freddie's first jobs was packing crates on this industrial estate. When teased for having women's hands, he defiantly told his co-workers that he was going to be an artist.
He always kept on telling us that we will do something in this place, because he always loved to come to England.
Freddie stood out against other boys of his age was because at that time the fashion for hairstyle was long and shaggy look, but when we arrived, Freddie had that very the old-fashioned Cliff Richard look, the very shiny back, the hair going backwards, standing up, that kind of look. So whenever we would go out together or come home from a bus stop or something, I'd like to walk behind him because I didn't want people to think I was with him.
Everybody dressed so differently, you know. And he being an artist, his eyes are always for the best and good things, you know. And of course, with long hair at that time. And I said, boy, this is no good. He said, well, everybody's having it, Mum. Well, the college boys are doing it, neighbor's son is doing it, so I let him do it. And I had to let him carry on. It was difficult in the beginning, but we all did it.
Freddie was ineligible for art school as he had no academic qualifications. So, in the autumn of 1964, just as he was turning 18, he enrolled at Isleworth Polytechnic School. Leaving in the spring of '66 with an A grade A-level under his belt. In autumn 1966, Freddie joined Ealing School of Art, where he studied graphic design. It was here that he at last became a part of the bohemian musical world of 60s London.
My name's Jerry Hibbert. I met Freddie at Ealing Art School when we were studying graphics together in the late 60s.
My name's John Taylor. I was the bass player in Ibex and Wreckage, a band that I shared with Freddie in 1968.
I'm Derek Ridges. I'm a photographer and I met Freddie Mercury when he was at Ealing Art School.
I'm Peter Straker and I was lucky enough to know Freddie Mercury and I consider myself one of his best friends.
Ealing School of Art at that time, of course, it produced Pete Townsend, Ronnie Wood. It had a tradition of producing, good musicians.
He used to talk about that so many people from art college have done music, pop music, and I didn't take much notice of that time, thinking it's one of those things, let us see.